Hello, Amelia. It's so nice to have you on the show today. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
Beautiful, and thank you so very much for being here. You see, I truly appreciate you. And you say, Amelia, oftentimes I love to thank my guest for two things. And I do this so often to the point where it has become my anthem. So, firstly, Amelia, I want to say thank you so very much for investing in yourself. You see, you are on this platform right now because you did invest that in yourself. And oftentimes, Amelia, I love to make reference to the amazing mango tree. You see, some couple of months back, I was on a particular road, and just by the roadside, Amelia, there was this very tall, unattractive mango tree. And I used the word unattractive because the mango tree's got no mangoes on it, and the leaves were all dry. So I just walked past it and I went my way. But you see, Amelia, just recently I was on that same road, and this time around, a lot's changed about the mango tree. You see, the mango tree caught my attention pretty good from a distance, and immediately I got the urge to move so close to it, of which I did, and it wowed me because now the mango tree has got a lot of mangoes on it, beautiful green leaves and healthy branches, and not just mangoes now, Amelia. I'm talking about ripe mangoes. It was such a lovely experience that day, and I was so excited. Here is my point. The fact that you dedicated your time, energy, and resources to becoming the amazing Amelia that you are today. Sorry, that alone has made it impossible for me to skip you. And that's why you see that you got the request from me to be on the show because I was attracted to the fruit of all that you're doing, your philosophies, your insights, the impact your work is having, and how you are offering your solutions, Amelia. These stuff's so beautiful. And just before I sent you that request, I said to myself, I've got to benefit from these beautiful things Amelia is doing. And not only me now, because I don't want to look selfish, and even with the audience. And here we are today with the amazing Amelia. So thank you so very much for doing that yourself. And secondly, thank you for saying yes to the invite. Because if you had said nope, there was nothing Elisha could do about it. Thanks so much, Amelia.
Thank you.
Awesome. So let's get started. You see, I am quite excited to have you on the show today for some reasons. Firstly, my interest in knowledge seeking. I believe in order for one to transition from a terrible situation to that of a beautiful one, Amelia, I believe it takes the application of knowledge, solid information, not just knowledge alone, but the application of it. And you see, Amelia, ever since I discovered that light in the Hebrew means knowledge and darkness ignorance, I've been so keen to knowledge seeking. Why? Because I do not want to remain in the dark. So that's going to make our conversation today very important to me and even to the listeners. And the second reason why I'm excited to have the incredible Amelia on the show is for the sake of the audience. You see, we live in an age where information is as abundant as grains of sand. We've got lots of information flying out there. So these folks trust me for quality, eye-opening, and very important information, of which I am totally convinced, Amelia, that our conversation is going to be insightful and impactful. So, for that reason, Amelia, let's get started with your introduction. Talk to us about your personal or your professional journey, because right now we are so curious. Want to know how Amelia got here? Then, afterwards, I've gotten some beautiful questions for you. Okay, Amelia, over to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much. I am a real estate agent as my career in Montana. I also in Bozeman and Big Sky, Montana, and then I also um, am a real estate agent in Park City, Utah. So what's amazing about that is I love these beautiful places where I live. I love to do all of the amazing things from skiing to hiking to fishing to being in nature. Um, and I have the privilege of working with other people who want to live here and experience those things too, and helping them find homes to live in so that they can be in these beautiful places.
Amazing. And thank you for the wonderful stuff that you're doing. Spending time in nature, I love that. So I've got some questions here. Are you ready for me?
Let's do it.
Okay. So what inspired you to enter luxury real estate?
Well, that's a good question. I think it really comes back to sharing this beautiful lifestyle that I love to live with other people who are attracted to that same thing. So I've always had an interest in architecture and interior design and beautiful places. Um, Whether it's a beautiful home or it's a beautiful home set in, on acreage, or if it's a ski home or that sort of thing. I've just found it really um, interesting to learn about that, learn about how the home contributes to a sense of place. And then I just love working with people. I love working with people to discover what it is that draws them to Montana or to Utah. Everyone has a reason why they want to move here or have a second home in these places. It's not usually because they got like a corporate job, in Montana. That's not why they come here. They have a really passionate and heartfelt reason for being in these places. And so I love learning about that with them and what is the lifestyle that they want to live, and then helping them find a home that is the perfect complement to that lifestyle that they want.
That's amazing, and that's a great one. I love that. So, what key lessons shaped how you lead and serve clients?
Um, I would just say it's really important, and I've learned that listening, what do they say? You have two ears and one mouth for a reason. You need to listen twice as much as you speak. So that's been really important for me, and it's helped me build really deep relationships with my clients because I truly come from a place of learning about them, digesting all that information, what they share, and then um, you know, presenting them with the opportunities that fit what they're looking for. It took me time to develop that skill. I think at first you maybe take in a little bit of information about someone and try to guess or place your opinions on what they should look at or do. Now I've learned later in my career to listen a lot more and take the time, slow down, listen, and then come up with the kind of recommendations and
Mm,
guidance.
listening a lot more to come up with better recommendations. I got that. Listening to you speak shows how experienced you are and how good you are at what you do. So, how has the journey been so far? And when those tough times occur, how do you handle them?
Yeah, that's a great question because throughout my career, my life, I've definitely gone through some difficult times where I've had to, change paths, or sometimes you're forced to change paths, and sometimes you make a conscious decision to do that. Um, Either way, it's hard. I think just it's really easy to have self-doubt when you're moving out of what feels familiar. I think just keeping the mindset of always moving forward and always making progress, even if it's just a little step forward. Doesn't always have to be a huge leap forward, but continuing to try to be better and do better and constantly learn, um, and just rely on the confidence that you have in yourself, just to believe in yourself, to keep going, and but also be open to unexpected things. When sometimes when you're forced to change directions, it's really scary. But having the belief that this could be a new opportunity can be hard when you're in it. But when you keep pushing through, just on the other side is oftentimes where you find the best opportunity. And I know that's been the case for me in a couple different times. So that learned experience kind of keeps you pushing forward.
That's amazing. And thank you for sharing that. And you said something. It is very easy to have self doubt when you step out of what feels familiar. Hmm, that's a great statement, I tell you, and that's so true. And one must be a continuous learner. You must keep learning and learning and learning. I got that. So let us talk about luxury, okay? So what does luxury mean in today's real estate market?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I really come from the place that the luxury is the lifestyle, right? It's not, yes, it may be about having nice things in your home, but the luxury really may be that you can wake up at 7 a.m. and ski right out your back door. That's a big luxury where I am. Or the luxury may be that your home is on 20 acres and you don't have to see anybody. You don't have any neighbors. You're very, privacy is the luxury. Sometimes the luxury is having a big enough home where multiple generations of your family can come and all be together. So that's really the type of luxury that I focus on with my clients. And then, the details that support that, the finishes, the layout, the location of a home. But it's really luxury. The luxury is the lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. I got that. I got that. And thank you for explaining it that way. So what about this one? Is it Bozeman yet? How did it
Mhm.
change? Yeah, how did
Bozeman.
it change how you view large scale projects?
Yeah, that's a great question. When I work on large projects, I'm representing a condo development right now that has 39 residences, and that's been the first time I have. I'm in the middle of it now. It's not built yet. It's the first time I've represented a new development. It definitely forces you to get a lot more creative when with your marketing and real estate. I like to be really creative and again showing the lifestyle of a property. But when the property isn't built yet, you have to be really creative about how you're able to help a potential buyer envision that. So I do a lot of videos. I do a lot of information about the area. I talk about the lifestyle that the property will um, allow. So, like, there's hiking trails right outside the front door, and you're really in this really cool neighborhood where there's coffee shops and bakeries. So, highlighting a lot of the local businesses that will surround this. So, just being creative, thinking outside the box, and envisioning what the buyer who wants to live there will want to experience.
Amazing, and I got that. So, let us talk about your principles. So, what leadership principles guide your work?
I love that question. I'm lucky enough to have a leadership position in my brokerage. And that's kind of new for me. Honestly, I've been someone who kind of works with my head down, just doing my own thing. So this year, moving into more of an outward facing leadership role has been a challenge just because it's new. But I would say my principles in my leadership role are definitely integrity. Um, and to provide authentic support and guidance. I like to I've been in the real estate world for 8 years now, and I feel like I've learned a lot. I've done a lot of things wrong. I found some things that work really well, and I love openly sharing and collaborating and encouraging a culture of collaboration and sharing. I think is a great way to be a leader. I can share my successes and my failures openly because we all have them, and I think when a leader does that, it allows other people to feel like they're in a safe space to do the same thing. And then that creates a culture of collaboration, which I think is so important.
That's so true, and I got that. So we have two more to go, okay? So, what role does storytelling play in your business?
Yeah, I do a lot of storytelling that comes back to the lifestyle. So I like to not just tell people, hey, this home, you can ski in to it. I actually show it. So I'll go film a video of me skiing to the back door of this property, um, and just painting a picture around what are the things you can do all year round, with the lifestyle, and telling all the different details, um, of what that property affords so that people can really envision themselves living there.
Amazing, and that's a beautiful one. I got that. So, finally, what advice would you give, agents who are entering high-end markets?
Yeah, it definitely can be intimidating to get into the luxury real estate market, but I would just say, um, take the time to learn however you can before you actually start working with clients, because higher end clientele, when you're selling luxury homes, requires you to really know what you're talking about. So study the home, study the finishes, know everything about it, know everything about the neighborhood, know everything about the way the home was built. And if you don't have clients yet, go to open houses, learn from other agents. Don't be too prideful to ask questions. I ask questions all the time, like every day to people. So learn and don't act like you know everything before you do, because it is a different type of um, client relationship that you have when you're selling luxury real estate. So take the time to learn.
Take the time to learn and don't be too proud to ask questions. I got that. So, to bring this to an end, Amelia, what would you like to leave the audience with, like a final thought? And to those folks who would like to reach out to you, learn more about the wonderful stuff you're doing, or even ask you questions, or maybe they require your services, how can that be possible?
Yeah, thank you so much. So the best way to find me is I do a lot through my Instagram page, which is just at Amelia Real Estate Co. My website is ameliarealestateco.com. So that's kind of where you can find me and all my properties, and look at homes and look at the cool listings that I have in Montana, stuff that I'm up to. Um, but one thought that I would leave people with, is this has kind of been my learning experience from the past year, was when you um, open yourself up to new experiences, even if they're scary, keep pushing forward, because that's where your new opportunities lie. So it's just, your new opportunities lie just beyond the other side of discomfort. You can stay comfortable and you're not going to grow. You can feel discomfort and move into new opportunities. And I think if you just trust and believe in that, um, idea, then a lot of amazing things can happen.
That's so true. Thank you so very much, Amelia. So that's going to be the end of the show. Thank you for coming and thank you for sharing this beautiful stuff with us. It means a whole lot. Thank you.
Thank you.